All right. In this real estate video, we're going to be looking at an 8.1 billion power account on one of the more recent servers around, I want to say like 870, 880, 890, somewhere around there. I'm not going to tell you the exact, but I'm pretty sure it's in the very late 800s. They have, in terms of troop count, 335 million troops. All the T14 and T13 are in the 5 million, 6 million, something like that. Really, really high. I saw some other notable things like T11 Siege was around 9 million. So it's a very sustainable account in battlefields and stuff. You'll be able to sling a lot and be very active. Monarch details shows us that construction power is at 44.3, technology power at 61, and that 7.9 billion troop power, which is pretty huge. Let's go take a look at, I don't know what next. We'll take a look at Monarch gear and the VIP and all that. Okay, VIP, 4.2 million out of 7.7. So it's on its way to get to VIP 18. Right now you have Honorary Duke and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it looks like the Monarch gear is around 8. Most pieces should be 8 or very close to being 8, which isn't that uncommon for that age of a server. Like when you're around 800, 900, unless you're like specifically buying that kind of stuff, which would be an incredible waste of money, then that's around what you would expect. Okay. Let's see how they rank on the server. This account is number 2, second place. So 8.1 billion puts you in second place. First place is 10.3 billion at the moment. And then after that 8.1, where this account is, it drops immediately to 4.6, 4.4, 3, 2. So they're really high up. In terms of alliances, they're currently on the number 2 alliance, but the really interesting thing about the server is it's very, very healthy. You have the number 1 alliance that's at 39 billion, the number 2 that's at 31, 32, and then it kind of drops off from there. So you have 2 really big alliances, which is really good for promoting the health. Subordinate cities, 9 subordinate cities. You got a lot of epic Japans. Wow, lots of them. Very nice. Then you got some legendary Japans as well. And of the 9 subordinate cities, only 2 of them are blue Japans, which are not bad, of course. But the subs are really good. All right, let's browse around and look at the buildings. So this is Keep 39. We can just take a quick stroll, and we see the rally spot is at 38, so that still needs to get bumped up to 39. What else? Walls are 38. Most of the tiles seem to be 30, 35, somewhere around there. Okay. Triumphal Arch is at 1. Victory Column at 1. The Wonder is at 3. So I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of dragons on this account, actually. Yeah, that's a good sign. When you see Wonder 3 on an account like this, it's not just troop power. Like they've been successful with their account. It's a good mark. Civilization Treasure. Let's take a look at that. I'm guessing it's all 3s. Yeah. It's all 3s, of course. And equipment. No Augustus. 4-piece of Plant Nugget. Got 3 pieces of Freedom. 2 pieces of Furinkazan. No Han Dynasty. 5 pieces of Koryo. Very nice. 2 pieces of Rurik. 2 pieces of Abbas. and 2 pieces of bourbon. Okay, so a pretty good spread of civilization. Choreo's pretty close to being finished, but the rest are like 2 pieces, 4 pieces, and so on. Let's take a look at generals now. So we have Electra there. The specialty's not really been worked on, but let's take a look. Yeah, she's got equipment. Wow, 7 million power. So she's got good equipment. Look at these refines. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'm wondering if this means that they were starting to work on Electra. Maybe just recently made that decision, or they weren't quite sure what to do. The gear is very strong, but there's no specialty currently being worked on. There's no star. So maybe they just didn't have a game plan of what they wanted to do yet. But it's very possible to get a very strong general out of there. We got Elise as well. Elise has 1 red star. She's got decent equipment, not quite as good as the Electra had, but definitely a few really nice pieces in there with some good refines. A couple of them need work, but like it's a solid starting setup, and look at her specialties already pretty much maxed. Very close. Oh, that was a nice dragon. I don't know if you saw that. We'll get to dragon soon. Okay, let's just scroll down. Yeah, he's got 2 stars, which is really nice. That I did browse a little bit before, and I saw that a lot of these guys, like you can see below there, Yulji Mundiok has 2 stars too. So it's just a whole bunch of like in-city defense and HP and that kind of stuff you're gonna get from that, which is, you know, like those stars are hard to come by. It does cost a lot to pump those up. So that is good. Oh yeah, Menshikov too. Look at that. So defensive setup is really nice here. Okay, you got Leo the Third as an assistant defensive general, so that's troop attack 10%, siege machine by another 35%. Specialty has been worked on quite a bit, which is nice. Is not a bad choice, especially with all the siege on this account. Not a bad choice at all. William Marshall, that's the main defense. Okay, looks good. And you got 2 stars on William Marshall too. Awesome. Specialty is completely maxed. What does the gear look like? Oh, he's naked. Interesting. I wonder where that's probably not intentional. The gear is probably on somebody else somewhere. I don't know where. It's somewhere. I mean, we saw all that civilization equipment, lots and lots of pieces, and there's no way that there's no gear for the wall general with a very defensive setup. Like even the Andrew Jackson up there had 2 stars. So it's just shifted around. There's gear somewhere. Okay, we got Roland down here who's fully maxed as well. Maxed specialty. Roland's not a bad choice at all. 2 stars. And he's got decent gear. Oh yeah, that's some nice refining. Decent. That's also very decent. Plant nugget looks very good. And that one's pretty good. And also pretty good. Theodora, interesting. Okay. Philip. So if you are a rally lead, very possible you could be using your Philip. He's got specialty worked on, so he's kind of preparing for that, but there's no gear currently on him. Tamiris as well, fully specialized, could be a rally setter. No gear currently on her. I'm guessing the gear is on Electra. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of really, really good generals. So there's a lot of really good generals in here that you could use either as assistant or if you wanted to set something up a little bit differently. But there are a lot of options. Yeah, a lot of the newer ones too. There's Mark Antony, Serena. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. What next? Okay, items. Well, lots of general tokens for sure. Yeah. Okay. I'll look at resources separately. Okay. I did see like a couple 100 million there in resource boxes, not even including the stuff here. That's a lot of food. Man, that is a lot of food. What is that, 10 billion? Yeah. 10 billion just there. And that's the most annoying one. So you got many billion here, many billion there. I wonder if the guy even used it already because it's resource consumption right now. So this might just be leftovers too. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the case. But yeah, it's a lot. Okay. Dragon time, my favorite. Okay, so the demon is maxed. The Fafnir is almost maxed. One more tree to work on. 0.3440. This I'm looking forward to. I think this guy has a lot of dragons. Norway Ridge, of course. The Wonder 1. Okay. And then we have their Wonder 2 dragon, the Dragon of Thebes, which is looking pretty good. Nidhogg, Wonder 3 dragon. It's a work in progress, so it looks like it's pretty recent. Lay it on. Yep. Amaterasu. I saw that one on Elise, I think. Oh, so only that one missing. That's a lot of dragons. That's really good. Somebody's going to be happy picking that up. Okay. Decorations. So, yeah, of course, the Wonder. Yeah. Okay, but what about the collected stuff? Like these are the earned ones. So like All-Stars and stuff. So we got that one, the Florence Castle. Own to activate. Enemy troop HP minus 5%. Okay. And what about the purchased kind? We've got Colossus Genesis. Marinsky. Ski. I don't know. How do you say that? Skinsky? I like the All-Stars one better. So that research, I think, was 61, 62 million, which is a bit low. So I want to take a look at the Academy. It is a newer server. You got to keep that in mind, right? It's 900-ish. So, you know, you only have so much gold that you can kick around, only so many speeds. Money gets you a long way, but really what you need is time. So, okay, so there's a couple areas like, yeah, here, look, revival. So if you're doing like server to server and you know, world PvP and stuff, you'd benefit by having those. But most people just PvP in battlefields anyway, so it's not a big deal. Same thing with the reinforcing, you know, not a big deal. Most people don't play that way anymore because the game has really changed. So those are not a big deal at all. Subordinate City. Let's start from the top. Okay. Just got to make sure that the really important ones are there, which are these ones. Yes, it's there, maxed. Okay, most of this is garbage. That's important, and it's all maxed, and that's important, and it's maxed. Okay. Recovery, which is not super important, is completely empty, and that's where a lot of the power is missing. Just some places were not filled out, and they're not that important. So as long as the 61 million power is done the right way, it won't impact very much. Having a low power, it's more of an indicator that the player knew what they were doing, and they did it in a prioritized fashion. This needs a little bit of work. There's a couple in here that could be added up, like you got these two, and you got advanced raid, and you've got a couple that you could work on for sure that I would probably prioritize, but most of it's looking pretty good. And Military Academy, we'll take a look at that. So if you're having trouble with the normal academy, I'm guessing that this is not going to be fully fleshed out, but it's looking pretty good. They went really deep all the way down to probably about Military Academy 3 most of the way. A lot of the smaller ones along the way that have like bonuses, offensive or defensive bonuses, they're not fully done, but many of them are. At least for cavalry. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there's a couple that are not fully done, but it's looking really good. The Military Academy is looking in better shape than the actual academy. Yeah, there's some work to do, but it's looking good. That's about it. Looks like a pretty good account. Check for the contact details on the description and send the guy a message if you're interested.
Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. If you liked what you saw, please consider hitting the like button and checking out other videos on the Miser's Guide to Evony. I'll see you in the next video.